Hi everyone, it's John and welcome to Cozy, Charming, Crazy Real Estate, where we talk about everything real estate. And today I'm going to share with you 3 real estate statistics that are commonly used by business and real estate journalists and even by agents to characterize entire markets or to help estimate the value of an individual property. As we get into these particular statistics, I think you'll see why they can be misleading and are basically worthless for us as buyers or sellers. Now, they're not the only statistics that I don't recommend paying any attention to. I'll be covering other statistics in future videos, so if you are not a subscriber, go ahead and hit subscribe so you don't miss those. So let's get into them. The first statistic I recommend you ignore is price per square foot. We calculate price per square foot by taking the value of a property and dividing it by the square footage of the structure that's on it, let's say a house. Well, from that equation, we can already see the major weakness of that statistic. The lot, the size of the lot, the usable space on a lot, and the positive or negative influence of the location are not taken into consideration at all. Also, the quality of the actual materials used in the structure is not considered. Therefore, it's so ambiguous that price per square foot is just not something that we as buyers or sellers should really use to compare homes. The next statistic I recommend you totally avoid is any comparison between asking price and sale price. We often see market reports that say, well, this is a cold market because homes are selling below, maybe some percentage below, on average, the asking price. Or we might see the opposite, that a market is a hot market because homes are selling above asking price, on average so much percent. Well, neither of those assumptions or calculations take into account strategy. Now, as a real estate agent, especially as a realtor, a member of the National Association of Realtors, I am ethically bound to tell my seller clients, hey, the market value of your property is currently about here, and I recommend you list it or at that price or ask for that price. However, real estate agents do not determine the asking price for a listing, and therefore the seller is free to say, well, I want to list it above market value or I want to list it below. When they list it below, the strategy is often, well, I'm going to list it kind of low and hope that will attract more buyers. Those buyers will compete with each other and drive the price up. Now, the other side of it, the high side, the seller might say, well, I'm going to set the asking price above market value just to see how many people might be willing to offer more than market. So there's a couple different strategies that can be used. It's always up to the seller. And because we as buyers or sellers looking at property or looking to sell property and wanting to determine the sale price, we don't know what kind of strategies were used by the sales that have already closed. So it's better if we just avoid all that information and set our asking price based upon what we believe that fair market value is at that time for our property. And the third statistic I recommend you avoid has to do with the average or mean days on market. Those are statistics usually used to characterize a market, not an individual property. Though if a property's been on the market a long time, we can kind of glean that maybe it's because there hasn't been a lot of demand. But the average days on market or mean days on market is a bad way to characterize a market, because in every market you'll see homes that can influence that statistic to the extreme, either an average or mean. There's homes that sell in 1 or 2 days, and there are always homes that sell in 1 year to 2 years. You'll find them in just about any market. So these really do not influence us as sellers if we're selling a particular property or for buyers and we're looking only at specific properties in which we have an interest. I have more mathematical examples in a blog post I did some time ago. I'll put a link to that below that shows how the numbers kind of work. But in general, you're looking at the average or mean days on market doesn't apply directly to properties we are looking at and or the property that we're looking to sell as a seller. And that's why I recommend you just ignore it. I hope you found this information interesting. If you did, please hit like, subscribe. As mentioned, I'm going to be coming out with some other statistics I recommend you avoid because there are a lot of them that can be very confusing and don't have any value. Hope to see you again on the next Cozy, Charming, Crazy Real Estate. Take care.